I'm not chopping wood. We were having stuffed spaghetti squash and butternut. So I got some nice hamburger in there. And I thought, gee, why not use this for splitting my squash, because these are always so tough. The butternuts are real tough. And I thought, I think I have a knife that can cut through these. Whoa. Okay, so it does take practice. I had it angled slightly out. I do have the end of this tack hammer though, that's rubber. I take a spaghetti squash and I cut it in half. Yeah, there we go. Man, that was a lot easier than what I had done before, trying to struggle with these things. And now for the spaghetti squash. Oh yeah, see, that's me. I'm angling in it. You really have to look at your angle. Make sure it's perpendicular to the floor. That's going to take some practice because I'm angling it wrong. See how I've got it like this? And it's listening to me. It's doing what I'm telling it to do, but it's not splitting the spaghetti squash right. Well, live and learn. Let's try it one more time. See if I can angle it a little better. It really does listen to you when you do it right. Here we go. Yeah, I think I'm getting the hang of it now. Yeah, we got a half out of there. Well, it looks like we are going to have stuffed squash tonight. Just getting out this is the spaghetti squash. The last one. I already gutted out the butternut. I love the color of squash. It's so pretty. I just love the colors of fall. I was born in the fall. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. Anyway, I'm just taking a tablespoon. That's kind of a sharp one to get all the guts and seeds out. I throw these out and back. And whoever wants them can have them. The chickens usually scoop up on the guts and stuff. But sometimes they just compost there. Whatever. I know pumpkin seeds you can make, of course, for snacks. And I've heard that you can do the same for these squash seeds, although I've never tried it. I did it a couple times with pumpkin seeds. And it's just kind of a lot of work. I'm kind of spoiled just to be able to go out and grab it off the shelf when I need it. But at least I know how to, if I should have to or want to. Okay, there's, ooh, wah, ha, 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 ha. Guts. Halloween. I also got a pumpkin at the store. I'm going to carve it up. I have a cookbook filled with pumpkin recipes. I wonder if I can find that. I haven't even used one recipe in it. It's about darn time. I'm just using ground hamburger for the stuffing for the stuffed squash tonight. And gosh, you can season it any way you like. I got the cheaper 80%. It will cook down, but I use that for flavoring over the dog's food a little bit at a time. And they just think that is dog heaven. This part will go in the freezer. But tonight, I'm going to use some old standbys. Cayenne pepper. I like it a little spicy, coming from the Southwest. But you certainly don't have to be from the Southwest to like it spicy. Ironhead, he's one of the hot pepper kings out there. He really likes peppers. Ironhead 41. I hear ya, Ironhead. This is garlic powder. And that rattling around in there is, here, I'll show you. It's kind of a trick to keep your spices from, it's popcorn kernels. And it helps to keep your spices from clumping up. Yeah, I do like garlic. They say the more garlic you eat, the less your sickness, because nobody wants to be around you to spread their germs. And onion powder. You know, gotta have onion. Yep. Spreading the wealth there. Yeah. Oh. Let's take a smell. Yep, you can. That's the kind of smell I like. And this is something you don't buy off the shelf. It's homemade veggie powder. And what I've done is I dehydrated a bunch of vegetables and ground them down to their powder size and putting that in here. Now this will complement the squash taste. Also give you a little more vegetable nutrition, a little bit. And it adds a certain little flavor that really people aren't used to. That's a good flavor. Alright. That's that. Very good. My mix of cilantro, garlic powder. I told you I like garlic. Looks like we need some corn kernels in there. I'm going to put it into the lid and then dump it in so I just don't get this big dump. Okay. And one more. We want a green leafy. I'd use amaranth, anything like that. Here's basil. Oh, here's some good ones. A little off-the-counter Italian herb mix. Okay. But not very much. No. Some of those Italian herbs have a tendency to overpower. Alright, that's good. I'm going to need to add a little moisture now. So. I'm going to crack an egg in there. 1 egg should do it. Because my hens lay big eggs. Yeah, that's good. Okay. That's really good. And one more thing, and then we'll be done. Some Parmesan cheese. Get that in there. Did you notice how carefully I measure everything? Vivian, you can relate. If anybody wants some good old recipes, you need to talk with Vivian. I'll put a link for her channel on this one, because she has some, she's been cooking for years. She's a wife, a mother, and all that good stuff, and she just kind of puts things together and it turns out wonderful. So you can get some good ideas from her. In fact, I think that's how we originally started talking, wasn't it, Vivian, about recipes? I can't remember. Okay, this is all ready to go. Now I'm going to let this sit in the fridge for 40 minutes while the squashes cook in the oven. They're cooking at 400 for about 40 minutes. And then we'll put this whole thing together. I have no idea if that color will come through. It's looking a little paler in the viewfinder. But there's a big ribbon of red going right across that sky tonight. There was a gorgeous one last night too. So pretty. Almost looks like a kind of taffy up there, the way that there are lines in it. Oh, we get the prettiest sunsets out here in the southwest. Mm-mm. Well, it was a lot of water and a lot of squash in the oven, so I took some of the squash out partially cooked and just froze it. And that way it'll take me less time to cook it later on. I like to make squash dishes for Thanksgiving and for Christmas, so I can use that. It'll cut down my cooking time. And one more thing I want to add to the hamburger mix before we use it as the squash, to stuff the squash. And that's a little glug of wine. There we go. And I think I'll have some too. So, this spaghetti squash, this little piece, I'm just going to show you. You just have a small container here. You fill it with water and you put your squash in upside down over the water. And then to see if it's done, just take your fork and kind of flick it. If you can see all these little strands coming up that look like spaghetti, then you know it's done. We're getting closer. Yum yum. Boy, I'm glad I cooked up half of that package of hamburger, because this is a big squash.